doesn't look small, but honestly, I don't think there's deep into it. Just gonna put us in the ring and who's better. I'm ready to fight. You know, I've been chasing these big fights for quite a while. I want to call myself Undisputed, so, you know, it is what it is. I'm ready when they are.
That's definitely a fight I want. Like I said, I'm not scared of nobody. This is Monstro's world. And if he wants to get that fight, we get that fight.
And I like the fight with Jai. I think the Jai Opetaia fight at cruiserweight is the fight for me. That's the fight that I want to see. Jai has been the man at that weight class for a very long time. Now you got a new player in the division with a hot name and whose stock and whose star power is only rising. That's the fight I believe that needs to be made at the cruiserweight.
Jai Opetaia has officially set his sights on David Benavidez for a huge showdown as both fighters move closer toward a high-stakes battle for dominance in the division.
I don't really care. You know what I mean? I just want this fight to be...
A future clash with David Benavidez as the natural path if both fighters hold major titles, stressing that the best fighters in a division should face each other to prove who is truly number one.
I believe it is, you know, especially him being in cruiserweight, you know, and to me it just makes sense. Like, if he's fighting for a world title in my division, why don't people want to see who the best is in the division? Like, it does not make sense to me if we don't fight, you know what I mean? Like, he's coming up fighting for a undisputed, like a unification fight, and he's going to be holding the WBO and WBA. It just doesn't make sense to me that we wouldn't.
On the other hand, David Benavidez has also shown interest in stepping into a potential showdown with Jai Opetaia, building excitement around a high-level matchup between two fighters determined to establish themselves at the top of the division.
If he wants to get that fight, we get that fight. I don't know why he went to Zuffa. We could have made this fight right after this one, you know, but now I don't know if he got stripped by the IBF or what it is. You know, I'm not going to go there and fight for a Zuffa title. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think that would be a great fight to make in the future. And, I mean, I respect Jai Opetaia a lot. He's a great fighter, and I think he has to come back over here to make these fights.
In addition to that, Robert Garcia believes that David Benavidez still needs to overcome major challenges before even considering a move to heavyweight. He explained that facing elite opponents across different divisions would be a key step in shaping the next stage of Benavidez's career.
Love him to do, maybe at that same way to maybe go down to fight Bivol and Better Biv, and the other one is what that other cruiserweight that signed with Supa.
Jai.
Opetaia.
Yeah.
I don't know if that fight could even be done now that he's with Supa and what belts he's gonna fight for, whatever. I don't know. But those are three fights that I would like to see Benavidez take. But then after that, he's ready for the heavyweights, man. He's ready to fight.
Meanwhile, Stephen Edwards described Jai Opetaia as a serious world-class contender, highlighting his physical strength, athletic frame, and natural skill set as major advantages. He further stated that Opetaia's calmness under pressure makes him a difficult stylistic challenge for any elite opponent.
He's fast and he's explosive. And David gonna have to be careful. That ball hits you with a left hand, he can knock you out. And he's a southpaw, so he'll have some built-in advantages. He's just it's not a skill thing. He's a different level athlete than what El Zurdo is. And he's young and he's mean and he's gonna be fighting hard. I think David might know a little bit too much for him. I think he might be a little bit too skillful for him and be a little bit too slick. But his raw athleticism and punching power is something David gonna have to be careful with.
In contrast, Sean Porter views David Benavidez as a fighter entering his prime with the potential to become one of boxing's most dangerous contenders. He explained that although Benavidez still needs to prove himself against elite opposition, his abilities suggest he could challenge top champions like Dimitri Bivol, Artur Beterbiev, and Jai Opetaia.
It's a special talent who's now really entering his prime now, and he is scary for any fighter to go up against. You know, he's got to prove it. He's got to prove it against the best fighters in the world now, and they're going to be tougher outs than Gilberto Ramirez, but I'm feeling like he can beat all of them. He could beat Bivol, he could beat Beterbiev, he could beat Opetaia, line him up, and I want to see.
Agreeing with Sean, Zab Judah explained that David Benavidez brings an awkward and difficult style driven by non-stop pressure, changing tempo, and quick in-ring adjustments. He added that many opponents struggle to adapt to it early, And once Benavidez finds his rhythm, he becomes even harder to handle.
I like it. I still say the same thing now. Never stoppage.
Same way, easier, harder fight.
It's probably gonna be done. I mean, listen, man. I predict the same thing. Because it's a new style. David Benavidez has his own style in boxing. He has his own, first fighter we know with his style. And coming up with his style, he mastered it. So there is no real defense for this style yet. There is no real, how does the blockage go? How does it go? Like, I never see they don't teach no shit like that, you know what I mean? So until somebody can come up with, until they can learn their style completely, you're not gonna know how to defend against it. We gotta see it some more, you know what I mean? So shout out to David Benavidez coming up with his own style. That's crazy. And the switch. Crazy. My guy, he's the first guy with it. What up? I'm saying it.
When
Don't make David cut that switch on.
However, Jose Benavidez Sr. acknowledged the talent of Jai Opetaia, but suggested that he is still gaining experience against top-level opposition and may not yet be fully tested at the elite stage. He also expressed confidence that his team would accept the fight without hesitation, viewing it as a difficult but very winnable matchup.
But I think he's a great fighter. I met him at a fight. I want to give a big shout out to Opetaia. I think he's a great fighter. He's doing well. I think he still needs the experience, His last fight, I think he held back. He looked a little bit tired. He was struggling in there. He did win the fight to me, and he did win pretty much all the rounds. But I just think that he needs a little bit more experience. We'll fight him tomorrow. Not a problem. Like I said, we want to fight.
Further discussing the matchup, Ron Ellis felt that a fight involving David Benavidez would become much more difficult against a naturally bigger opponent where physical pressure alone may not be enough. He added that such a challenge would force Benavidez to display more technical skill and adaptability, especially if he cannot consistently overpower his opponent.
Looking on somebody your own side. You're going to start with that. First of all, y'all the same size, so now it's like, I don't think you can stand there. Yeah, I don't think that's Russian roulette. You gonna sit there on the boat, I'm swinging, he just, But when it's the same side, Benavidez gonna have to show his real boxing skills. Because I don't think he just walk.
In addition, Kid Austin labeled a potential clash between Jai Opetaia and David Benavidez as a top-tier matchup that should happen before either fighter considers moving up to heavyweight. He added that Opetaia is a legitimate threat in the fight, stressing that the result would likely depend on who performs better on the night.
I think that would be a great fight. I think before he would go to heavyweight, I think that would be the fight that needs to be made. I think Jai has a good chance too of possibly winning. Like really? I said, yeah, I think it just comes down to who shows up that night.
At the same time, Connor Wallace described a potential clash between David Benavidez and Jai Opetaia as a massive step up in competition because of the jump in weight classes. He added that although Benavidez's speed could make the fight competitive, the size difference would remain a major factor, with Opetaia's power expected to have a strong impact whenever he lands clean shots.
It's a massive, massive step up for Benavidez to fight Jai, you know what I mean? Obviously, I feel like he would give Jai a harder fight than Ramirez would, but man, it's a huge jump. He used to be a super middleweight, to light heavyweight, up to cruiserweight. It's not like you're jumping from like super welterweight to middleweight, you know what I mean? It's a huge, 15 kilos, 16 kilos. Yeah. It's massive. And he's not the leanest or the strongest. Yes, he's very fast. Benavidez is very fast, but I feel like whenever Jai hits him,